welcome back to Tailored Art Projects. This week I've been experimenting with soft pastels. I'm going to do a flower that I took a photograph in my garden that you'll see in the top corner. And I am just experimenting with tone. This is the word of the day for this project. And tone, as you'll see in the definition in the box coming up, is just the variation of light of one color. So for this flower, I'm actually only using technically two colors of pastel, but just a lighter and darker shade of purple. So I laid out my pencil as usual ahead of time. There's three flowers in a row. And in terms of your composition of your drawing, you're going to make those decisions on where to place your flowers if you're going to do more than one. I'm doing it at a diagonal, so that sort of allows my eye to go from top to bottom on an angle, and that's usually quite nice in terms of looking at your artwork. You need to be able to have your eye flow throughout your picture. And there's a variety of size. There's going to be a bottom one in the bottom left corner that's quite small and a little bit darker, as you can see in the picture above. So as you can see in my photograph, the purple is just on the outer sides of the leaf, and there's that white rim in the middle. But as you notice, the white is not a perfect white. There is a little bit of pinks that bled into the white, so you could use your finger just to smudge a little bit, just to have that not so perfect white on the middle of each petal. So play around with that. Fingers work really well with soft pastel, but if you don't want to get your fingers dirty, paper towel definitely works. I always accidentally get the palm of my hand in my pastel and I end up smudging, so I'm really trying to make sure that my palm of my hand doesn't touch my paper. So that's a little technical tip for you. So now I'm doing the bottom one. I'm making sure that the scale is right. The one in the flower in the middle is usually a tiny bit bigger than the one on either side, and the one on the bottom is definitely significantly smaller. So when you're playing with scale, it is really quite nice to have a variety of shapes in your flowers. So this is definitely a soft pastel drawing for beginners. I'm going to be doing one or two a little bit more advanced flowers in watercolor. I just took a really nice picture of a daisy in my garden the other day, so you could stay tuned for that video if you're going to want to pursue a little bit more still life in flowers. Another tip with soft pastel, a little goes a long way. My first draft, I really put a lot of chalk, a lot of pastel down, and I had way too much of my paper to be able to do that nice tone to go from the center of the flower, the absolute dark, to the edge of the petal, which is going to be the absolute light. So don't go heavy with your pastel because you could smudge it really nicely with your finger. But if you put too much, you'll end up not having the correct amount of tone. So I'm just laying down the background. I'm putting a little bit of white on the petal. If I put a little bit too much pink in the white streaks, you could put a little bit of white pastel on top of that, a little bit of darks, a little bit of highlights. I put a little bit of a rim of white along the edge of the leaf to have some nice contrast with the background, so you could play around with that. So always have a good time with this, guys. Please subscribe to future videos. Please pass me a comment. And always, always, always keep safe and keep creative.